Hi, you guys. Okay, today I have another WundaCore workout for you. This time we're going to be on our feet the entire time, okay? So, I do have a little bit of stretching interwoven throughout this little flow, okay? But you're going to be working pretty hard, all right? So I want you in the right mindset, okay? A little bit of grit and determination. We're going to get through this together. You need your WundaCore, and you need one light dumbbell. Now, the one light dumbbell is completely optional. Okay, you're not going to use it the whole time. When we do use it, it's going to be for one arm only, obviously. So it'll be a single-sided sequence, but it is completely optional. So if you notice at that point that you are fighting so much for form and stability, I want you to put the weight down, okay? Because I'd rather you be able to hold good form than to struggle through the entire thing, okay? So I'll speak to that more once we get there, but one light dumbbell, I have a 2-pounder, and your WundaCore. All right, so set your light dumbbell down on the side for now. Grab your WundaCore. It is going to come the wide way between both palms. All right, so your feet are going to be slightly wider than hips width. We're going to start with a squat. Now, in this position, I want you to bring your WundaCore right to your chest. Roll your shoulders down and back. Your collarbone's nice and wide. Shoulder blades are hugging the rib basket. Draw that navel up and in. And on your exhale, you're going to find a squat, reaching your sitting bones back and reaching that WundaCore forward. Inhale, rise up. Okay, exhale, reaching those sitting bones, broadening at the glute. Your knees stay behind your toes because you're reaching so far with those sitting bones, right? The reach from the sitting bones allows the seat crease to fold, right? The chest tilts naturally. Collarbone still wide, chest is open. Inhale, rise. I'll give you a few from this side. Exhale, reach those sitting bones back, draw that navel up and in. Inhale, rise up. So a lot of times what I see with a squat is the chest goes first, right? And then we stick the booty back. I want you to think about reaching with your sitting bones. The tilt of the torso is natural, okay? Inhale, rise up. All 10 toes are down. Last 2. Reach. Inhale, rise up. Full foot connection. I want you to keep those 10 toes down. Reach with those sitting bones, full extension of the upper body. And rise. Now on your next one, you're going to hold it for me. You're going to find that squat and hold. Now you're a little heavier through the heel than you are through the toes or the ball of the foot. Keep the toes down though. Roll your shoulders down and back. On your inhale, you're going to lift only the arms up and overhead. Your biceps will stay in front of your ears. Bring the arms back all the way down to the kneecaps. Inhale, so finding a little mobility here. And then bring the WundaCore down to the kneecaps. Inhale, lift, stay in that squat. Don't rise up out of it. All right, you've got 3 more right here. Draw that belly button up and in. We don't want any flaring of the rib basket as we bring those arms overhead. Okay, so keep the ribs closed. Think about a long, low back. Last 2. And lower. Good. Last 1. And lower. Now take the WundaCore, turn it the long way, and place it right between your toes or in front of you, but it's between your feet. And then you're going to extend and open the back of the knee, and you're in a hinge. Okay, now I want you to open to full extension, but I don't want you to pop into your joint. Okay, so open to full extension, knee is still soft, you've still got a broadening at the sitting bone and glute, belly button is up and in, collarbone is wide. Fold back into your squat without taking your hands off the WundaCore. You're going to fold by bending the knees, allowing the sitting bones to drop and the chest to lift slightly. Okay? And then inhale, open the back of the leg. You're stretching the hamstrings. We're finding that deep lengthening through the hamstring and glute. Bend at the knee. Good. Inhale, open the back of the knee. You've got 3 more of those. Now, as you work here, I want you to think about separating the floor between your feet. So you're pressing out into the lateral line of your leg as you extend and bend. Good. Last 2. Extend and bend. 1 more. Extend and bend now. I'm going to ask you to hold an extension. Open the back of the knee and hold it. Back is flat, collarbones wide. Now I want you to go ahead and grab your WundaCore between both hands, gripping it. So now instead of pressing into it, we're going to grip it. And I want you to pull on the WundaCore the wide way laterally, lighting up the back, lighting up the bicep, and lighting up those transverse abdominal muscles. You're still separating the ground between your feet, so you're creating lateral tension for 6, for 5, for 4, last 3, last 2, and come all the way up out of that. Ooh, give yourself a little shake. Okay, we turned everything on. Now we're gonna go single-sided, grab your weight. All right, weight, again, completely optional. I don't want you to fight so hard that you can't work through the movement. Okay, so if you're fighting for stability that much, put the weight down, okay? Now your WundaCore is gonna be in your left hand, your weight is in your right hand. I'm gonna stay side facing because you're gonna have a better view this way. I'm gonna place the WundaCore in front of my left foot. My feet are hips width apart. In front of my left foot. I want my wrist under my shoulder. Okay, so that's the alignment you're looking for. My left foot is gonna stay flat on the floor. Okay, it's right at the center of the WundaCore. And my right weight is gonna be right at my shoulder. Okay, to start. We're gonna take the right leg into a kickstand. So I want you to take the ball of your right foot and bring it right up against the inside of your left heel. The ball of your left foot, the ball of your right foot inside of your left heel. Now, take the ball of the right foot now and step it out to the right. So you're slightly wider than hips width with the ball of that foot. This is your kickstand. This is gonna be your little kickstand. Now, I don't want you to feel this in the low back, so we need to keep the low back long. All right, you've got a lot of glute strength right here. You're gonna extend your right arm so it is right under the shoulder with that weight. We're gonna start with working the right arm only, okay? So this part might feel okay with the weight. We might need to put it down later, but for now we're okay. You're gonna take that right arm and you're gonna inhale as the right arm goes up and overhead. Your palm is facing in, your bicep hugs your ear. Lower the arm, and now give me a lateral lift. You're gonna take it out to the side. The weight comes no higher than your shoulder, and then you're gonna lower. Do it again. Front raise. Inhale, exhale, lower, and lateral raise. Now, as you're working here, you're isometric through the lower half, right? So I want you to think about, are you gripping with your left toes, that flat foot? Are you gripping those toes? Relax them. Lateral lift. Good. 3 more with this arm. Right arm up. Exhale, lower. Lateral lift. Good. Belly button is drawn up and back. So you've got engagement through the core. It is working for you here. That arm doesn't work alone. And lift. Last one like this. Right arm. Front raise. And lower. Lateral lift. And lower and hold right here now. You're gonna take that kickstand and you're gonna bring it back to hips width, okay, and you're gonna take that right leg up and back. So this is where balance is gonna come into play. You may need to set that weight down, all right? Hold right here. Roll your shoulders down and back, point your right toe back there. Level out your hips, okay? All right, we're gonna work on some strength right here. Your right arm is gonna lift alongside your ear. Hold. Now, the right arm and leg together are gonna lower, right toe taps the floor, and lift. Right leg, right arm, lower, everything else is stable, and lift. So on that lift, I want you to think about length from the knuckles to the toes. All right, I don't want you to think about height because I don't want you to shorten your low back. I want you to just get that low back nice and long. And lower. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last 1. Try to be light on that WundaCore. Let's try not to grip it. Okay, on your next one, you're going to hold the right arm and right leg lifted. Now take that right arm and you're going to sweep it back behind you. Hold. Keeping the right leg stable and isometric. You're going to bend the right elbow and extend. Bend and extend. Hold on to this. Now, you can do this body weight only, okay? I want you to hold this. You've got 3 more. Press and bend. Last 2. Press, full extension of that elbow. Last 1. Press, hold it for me, and pulse that right leg up. Pulse, pulse. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way down. Oh my gosh, and stand up. Woo! Let's give that low back a little bit of love, huh? Put that weight down. Before we do the other leg, we need a little bit of low back love. All right, you're gonna take that WundaCore right between your palms. Feet, narrower than hips width, okay, because I'm gonna ask you to cross. Okay, so we're gonna start with the left leg. You're gonna take the left leg and you're gonna cross it in front of your right ankle, okay? Both feet are flat on the floor, toes are pointed forward. You're gonna take that WundaCore and you're gonna press it up and overhead and hold. All right, I want you to think about length here. We're gonna take some side flexion to the right. I want you to think about staying lifted out of your waistline. Try not to collapse on the right, even though that's the way we're gonna be bending. You're gonna inhale and get taller, inhale. And then on your exhale, you're gonna come up and over to the right. Hold that side bend. Think about the length from the crown of the head all the way down the left side body and out the heel. Hold it there for 4. For 3, breathing normally. For 2, and come back through center. Bring the WundaCore down, uncross your legs. Take the right leg, cross it in front of the left. Same thing. Inhale, press that ring up and overhead, or that WundaCore, up and overhead. And you're gonna inhale and arc up and over to the left. Good. Sending your right hip to the right a little bit. Okay, we're not twisting here, we're lengthening. Breathing normally, holding for 4. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Good. Come back through center. Uncross the legs. Bring the WundaCore down. Now, feet slightly wider than hips width. Okay? We're going to inhale. Press that ring up and overhead. Keep saying ring. WundaCore. WundaCore. Good. Exhale. Nod your chin, round your spine, bend your elbows. You're forward folding. Your knees are not locked out. They are soft. You're reaching the WundaCore towards the floor. Inhale, round and stack that spine. Bring the WundaCore up and overhead. 3 more. Exhale, nod the chin, round the spine, draw the belly button up, and then you are forward folding towards the floor. And then inhale, bring it back up and overhead. Last 2. Let this feel good. Exhale, bend the elbows. Keep the knees soft. Relax the toes. Try not to hold or lock out the knee joint. Okay, and bring it up and overhead. Last one. Exhale, nod the chin, round the spine, rolling down. Good, and bringing it back up and overhead. And bring it back down to chest height. All right, let's turn. We're gonna do that other side, right? We cannot rest too long. Take that weight. Grab your weight in your left hand, WundaCore in the right hand. Okay, the WundaCore is gonna come in front of your right toes. You want that right wrist underneath that right shoulder. Right toes pointed towards the WundaCore. That right knee is gonna stay soft, okay? Now your left weight is right by your shoulder. You're gonna find that kickstand for me first. So your left ball of your foot is gonna come up against the inside of your right heel. Okay, now you're gonna take the left foot and you're gonna step it out to the left so it is slightly wider than your hips, just slightly. Roll your shoulders down and back, draw your navel up and in. Okay, let's start with that arm. That arm's gonna lengthen out under the shoulder. You're gonna give me a front raise. Palm is facing in. You're gonna lift, inhale, bicep hugs the ear. Exhale, lower, keeping the elbow soft. You're gonna give me that lateral raise. Good, and lower. Good. It's a lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Lateral raise or chest fly. Either way you want to think about it. Okay? Inhale, lift. You are light on the WundaCore. We are soft through the right knee. You're thinking about you're in a hinge, so your back is nice and flat. You've got 3 more. Inhale, lift. This can be done all body weight only. Okay? You do not need to have the weight. You need the WundaCore, but you don't need the weight. Last 2. Inhale, lift. and lower, lateral raise. Good, one more. Inhale, lift. That ball of the left foot is light, okay? You are heavier through the right leg. I want you to stay center though, okay? That's very important. Now hold that arm underneath the shoulder. Let's take that kickstand and bring it back so it is hips width apart now. You're gonna take that left leg and you are gonna reach it up and back, and I promise you, one side is gonna probably feel different than the other. So I want you to just bear with me, okay? Because it feels different for me too, okay? Woo! Let's hold on to it. Balance, balance. Okay, now we're light on the WundaCore. Hold right here, level out those hips. That left arm is gonna come up alongside the ear. We're gonna lower the ball of the left foot and the left arm. Lower and lift. Good. Lower, inhale, lift. 4 more. Lower and lift. Last 3, you can do this. Lower and lift. 2. Lower, right? Lots of balance. And lift. Core control. Core stability. Hold your next one lifted. Hold it. Take that left arm, sweep it up and back. Hold that elbow is lifted. Bend the left elbow and extend. Good. Try to resist the urge to dump into that right hip. Okay? You want to stay lifted out of there. I know it's tired. Woo! Good. If you fall out of it, you just get right back into it. You've got 3. Press and bend. Last 2. Press. Woo! I'm going to fall out of it on this side. Good. Last 1. Hold it. Hold it. And pulse that left leg up for me. Pulse up. 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 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way in. Oh, my right side. That's always my hardest side. Take that weight. Set it down. Oh, let's find a little more low back love, right? This is it. Bring your arms inside the WundaCore for me. Bring those arms right off your chest. Roll your shoulders down and back. Whew, think about your waistline right here. Okay, now, keep your knees soft. Try not to lock into that joint again. Draw the navel up and in. Broaden the collarbone. On your inhale, you're going to rotate to your right. Inhale, twist, not your hips. Waistline up. Waistline up. Exhale back through center. Whew. Good. Inhale to the left. The heart rate climbs on those holds too, right? Whew. They're no joke. They're no joke. That was a lot of stability, a lot of balance. Inhale to the right. Hips are quiet. Toes are pointed forward. Knees are pointed forward. Exhale back to center. That inhale is important when we rotate because we want to think about growing taller with our rotation rather than collapsing through our rotation, right? Inhale, rotate to the right. Exhale, center. Last one to the left. Inhale, you are pressing outbound into your WundaCore. Exhale, center. Now, bring that WundaCore up and overhead. Your biceps are in front of your ears. That keeps the rib cage closed. Draw that navel up and in on your inhale. You're going to side bend to the right. Inhale, lifting up and over to the right, not collapsing on the waistline, but rather thinking about length, lifting over something sharp on that right side. Imagine something pointy under your right waist. Exhale back to center. Let's do it to the left. Inhale, up and over to the left. Exhale back to center. One more each side. Inhale up and over to the right. Exhale through center. Good. Up and over to the left. Press outbound into your WundaCore. Light up those transverse abdominal muscles. And come back through center. Bring those arms all the way down. And you are all done. Short and sweet. 20 minutes. Light up those glutes a little bit. All those rotators at the hip. They worked really hard today, okay? You saw my right side gave out a little bit. It wasn't as strong. It wasn't as prepared as the left side. You're gonna find those imbalances through the body. They are not bad. These are things to be aware of, and the more you work with your body and the more you find that connection to yourself, you're gonna notice big changes start to happen. All right, you guys, come back for more. Always come back for more. We got a lot to do with this WundaCore. I'll see you soon.